Hello everybody and welcome to me, Tiger. I'm not sure if we are getting to the end or if there will come one more video. Hard to tell, so instead of talking, let's play the Boogie Man. A painting. Can I see the painting? I don't have to read this again. No. I already read this. No. What? Okay. So I have to know the code. I don't want to figure that out on that. Old video camera paused to dust. It's broken and has no power. There's a tape inside. Okay. Maybe it's taking a bit longer than what I expected. A candle on the ground. Yes. A few blood streams on the floor. So even I'm gonna cheat to the code. What I'm probably doing when I think about it. And it will take a really long time to figure that code out if I did it on my own. Oh. Or this is just a secret room. It's probably a secret room. I'm just waiting for what? That was too fast. 5, 8, 7, 1, 1. Okay. There's a lot of tapes. Oh god. What have I thrown myself into? A machine from about 10 years ago. It's wrong, but you can put it in there. A magazine about 10 years old. Drinks. An old videotape. Another old videotape. Tons of videos, tapes, and DVDs that mix old and new videos. Another one. A DVD player. Looks very new.
At last, I finally got a hold of you. Oh dear, hurt all over. But what else could I do? You just wouldn't stop running, miss, no matter how much I hurt you. But well, our game of tag's come to a close now. Yes, you can't outrun the scary boogeyman. Are you relieved it's over, or are you still scared? Well, madam, do you want to run?
You're an unbelievable idiot.
Say again.
I called you an idiot. You thought I was running because I was scared. You think I'm scared of you? Maybe you've spent too long in your little closet world to understand. You've convinced yourself that women and children are all scared of you.
I'm just looking because I forgot.
What were you planning once you caught me? Kill me? And then what? You'd go to kill Keith, right? You told me you had Keith in your hands. Whether he'd live or die was up to me. I guess that was true. And all this time you've been foolishly chasing after me. You could never kill him. I'm weak. I can't be as strong as Keith is. But there is something I can do, in all my weakness. If I can keep your attention away from Keith by running all the time, I'll run to the ends of the earth.
That is a long way.
You poor, stupid little Boogie Man. You really are such a child. You just love bullying anyone weaker than you. Go ahead. Have fun in your little world. Call yourself a villain, a monster. But I'll never let you bring my husband into it.
It's kinda too late already.
Don't you dare lay a hand on him!
He already did that too.
You talk too much, madam.
That's terrible.
Yeah?
Let's hurry and look for Helena. She must be nearby.
Yeah, but where?
Keith? Keith, what are you doing? We have to hurry. Keith, are you listening? Hey, what are you staring at? Are you asleep? Get a grip! Come on!
I'm awake.
Okay, good.
David, you look for Helena. She should be near.
Huh? What about you? What are you gonna do?
I'm going to go kill a monster.
Sounds fun. How about... Bye, Dave. Sure. We're saving here. So, that was the recalling room. This one did not help me at all. Oh! Well, this stairs is quite familiar.
Wait, Dad. Leave the door open and don't turn out the lights in the hall.
Why?
The boogeyman will come.
What kind of guy is this Boogie Man?
He has long nails and kidnaps kids. He lives in the closet.
A kidnapper? Well, can't leave a guy like that on the loose. Alright, Dad'll give him a good beating. Hey, Boogie, you in there? What? Hey, let go.
Dad? Dad!
Whew, it was a little tough, but I got him good. No worries, son. Old Boogie won't come for you anymore.
Really?
Would I lie?
Yeah.
Me and Mom are in the bedroom right there, you know. You still scared? Oh, need your stuffed bunny, do you? Or should I read you a bedtime story? Maybe the ones with the fairies.
No way! I'm not a wuss, Dad. I can sleep by myself.
That's the spirit.
Not the...
Listen, Todd. If the boogeyman comes to get you again, Dad'll beat him up. I'm not gonna let anyone mess with you or Mom.
'Cause you're a police officer?
'Cause I'm Dad. Good night, son. Should I leave the light on?
It's okay. I've got you and Mom.
Good night. I love you.
No, Mother, we are not coming.
Don't
down.
blame it on the sunshine. Don't blame it on the moonlight.
Are you gonna sing?
Don't blame it on the good times.
What's a song called like that?
Blame it on the boogie. Have you ever thought about it, detective? Thought you have an enemy? Who or what it is, you don't even know. Maybe it doesn't even exist. Maybe it's all in your head.
It was.
But you know there's something tormenting you. Always making it so painful. You feel like the whole world's out to make you suffer. Too troublesome to make an enemy of the whole world, right? So, just making one enemy will do. I chose you as my enemy. Have I become yours? Oh well, either way, we're gonna settle this right here.
Okay.
Let's end this wonderful game now. Can you beat this final boss and take back your beloved wife?
No, I'm gonna die first, probably.
What's so funny?
Boy, you're really having a blast, huh? What's so funny that you can be all smiles all the time? Total opposite of me. I don't remember the last time I laughed. But I guess we were pretty similar after all. In a sense, it was all a lie. You're always grinning ear to ear, but you're scared, aren't you? So you keep running. You can't go head to head with me. You and me are just acting. You're no scary monster, and I'm no paragon of justice. Final boss? Huh. A big baddie should be a pretty sly guy, shouldn't they? But taking hostages, always on the run, the only thing you can chase after is girls' rumps. You know, I wasn't planning to do anything with you. As long as the others were safe, I was fine leaving you be. I'd secure your hostages and scram, then just leave you to the local police. Because I'm not chasing you. You just keep running from me. What I'm really chasing after. Sorry, but it ain't you. That's right, it's not you. You're my enemy. Spare me the sleep talk. Why would I make my enemy a dunce who just sneaks away? A coward who hides in the closet and threatens kids. And your enemy? Not me either. You've got a lot more enemies. If you go to the Slammer, you're gonna be a real popular guy. I can tell. But this is a great chance. No hostages to get in the way. No one watching.
Were you breaking your knuckles? Interesting.
So I can do whatever I like with you. Detective, criminal, that doesn't matter now. You've done the number one thing to get on my bad side. You chased after my wife's rump. That alone is enough reason for me to beat you down. Don't you think, Boogie?
Now he's running again. What?
Can't afford to laugh anymore, can you? Back to your closet, Boogie Man. You don't have what it takes to make it over here.
I'm scared. What? Something with C. Chef. Chef.
So is this just a warm-up practice, or are you actually gonna attack? Huh, I thought you were supposed to be scary.
Okay. Yeah, game over. Who is the boogeyman now? I don't like the controls for that, to be honest. That was a closer fight. I'm just bad at games, apparently. Damn it! I'm trying to break the game here. But that was a... Up. Owie! we could get a healing item, that would be nice. Okay, we are trying again. Four then. Okay, let's try something different, because chasing around do not help. I don't fucking care. I'm getting mad at the game. Okay. And I should have him so many fucking times. It's just a tease already. I don't like it. Of course you are hitting me. Okay. Say I won.
Where do you think you're going, Lance?
I'm gonna find them. They've been gone way too long.
Did you forget what he said? It'll be a burden on him to move around on our own.
Well, then after all's said and done, we'll tell him we did just what he said.
Stick together?
Of course, you might have all gone stone cold by that time.
Don't joke about things like that.
And yes,
Sounds like a
was
joke to
supposed
you?
be.
We got 2, maybe 3 corpses around here?
More.
What part of don't you get?
Stop, you two. Don't fight.
We'll go search together. I'll lead the way. Sophie and Shirley, you hold hands. And Lance, you watch the rear.
Papa.
You really want to go?
Yes, we'll be all right together. And there's something I'm curious about.
What's that?
This whole incident may just be a great big farce.
What do you mean?
Let's be going.
Helena, where are you? Helena? Helena,
David!
are you okay?
That man knocked me out. I woke up here. I was unconscious the whole time. Keith!
Helena!
Keith! Where are you?
Always on the run, huh? But marijuana addicts can move better than you.
What?
What's in that big head of yours? Brendan?
I didn't expect that. How did he survive that fall then?
You lose. Detective. You're Brendan? Why? Stop moving around.
Keith, Helena.
We have to stop the bleeding. Lids!
Richard, help me out.
Sophie, find something to tie him with.
Keith!
Got you.
Bad
Keith?
joke.
You...
Helena, when we get home, let's finish our conversation. No more running.
No! Keith, stay with me, please! Keith!
What's the ending? Of course I want to watch it.
The servants and Stevie. 10 people died all told.
Yeah, nearly.
I'm sure glad to be alive now. Feeling glad to even have air to breathe.
Listen, don't you say a word about all this. Especially not to your coworkers. If it takes money to shut your yap, I'll pay any price.
Ho, bribery. Where's that money coming from?
My own pockets. Listen, you guys can distort the truth all you want, and I won't say a peep, 'cause that's freedom of the press. But this is different. I've got no tolerance for people pointing and laughing at a wounded friend.
Do I gotta tell you again? I'm not a gossip guy. I hate cops, sure, but I hate gossip too. I won't ask for money, and I won't say a peep, 'cause I'm grateful to the guy. So quit hounding me. But, as an involved party, I've got a right to know what happened there. I just can't wrap my head around it. I talked to Brendan at dinner. Heard he got tired of the musty old castle and ran to Hollywood. Had a lot of fun in the movie biz. So what was the motive?
Guy's gone silent. Sounds like he convinced you he was a goody two-shoes. But I bet you heard a different story in Hollywood. Now that's the kind of thing your lot should be writing about. Nobody knows people's past, usually. But it's easy to fool you into thinking otherwise with a little acting. And once you know somebody's past, you can lead them by the nose. He tricked you all, and tried to kill you. What a farce. Not sure of the motive yet, but he was pretty systematic about it all. Spent a ton of cash beforehand to check up on all the tour attendees. Even did a background check on me.
On you? Why?
'Cause I was going to be on that tour.
No wonder I thought he knew me. The hell, so he just researched us?
That's the oldest trick in the book for us, saying, I know all about you. It makes you superior to the other person, so you can control them. Then they freak out and have to submit. He knew that tactic well. Seeing right through people without any tricks. That's what makes a real monster, ain't it? In his case, he just used money and connections to dig up people's pasts, and played the part of a monster.
But the research wasn't to select candidates, so he just picked randomly. Damn, was he just in it for fun?
Now, my turn to ask questions. What you tell me is the only way I can figure out this incident. Give me anything you got. First, Brendan, or Boogie rather, what kind of man was he?
How should I say it? I suppose he had no emotion. That's how I saw him. He said such terrifying things without a care. He hardly showed any human feelings. He really was like a monster.
Keith told me he was a real jester.
Jester? Absolutely not. I would have much preferred if he were at least a little silly. He was a very disturbing, terrifying man. He was totally calm as he did awful things.
Richard, you seem to have a suspicion he might be Brendan. Why do you think that?
When my daughter went missing, and I panicked thinking that man might have taken her, Keith told me something. This was the kind of person who would show corpses as decoration. So if he did take Sophie, he'd show off proof of it, meaning she was still safe. Luckily enough, I didn't see them, but indeed, evidently, there were many dead bodies left around. As Keith said, my daughter hadn't fallen into his grasp. He was correct in his assumption. That made me realize something unusual about what he'd said. Keith said he saw the moment Brendan's neck snapped, and his corpse was quickly dropped into the basement. Isn't that odd? Why did he quickly put Brendan's corpse out of sight? Why did he treat him differently from the other victims?
'Cause he didn't want you investigating it. He's got some keen insight, I'll give him that. So you suspected this was a farce plotted by Brendan?
No, well, I suggested that since Keith hadn't checked the corpse, he might still be alive. I only wanted to believe there was a chance he was alive. I had no conviction about the rest, so I didn't speak about it to Keith. I wouldn't dare risk throwing him off with my amateur opinion, not to mention we didn't know whether his wife was safe.
Apparently, Keith saw the moment Brendan's head came off, actually.
Was it a doll?
Right you are. Packed with neat little blood packs, it seems. Brendan was hung upside down and had his mouth taped up, and it was dark enough to be hard to tell who's who. Just dressing him up the same way made Keith assume it was him. On top of all those flashy rave lights, he dropped the corpse down below so it was impossible to check it closer. And since Keith saw the tour conductor killed right after that, of course, he'd think Brendan was killed too.
If I'd said something, maybe this could have been resolved sooner, but I was paralyzed with fear. I was only worried about my daughter. Even when Keith was running all over the place for us.
Don't worry about it. Keith did all that 'cause he wanted to. That's all. He's deeply glad you're all safe. Now, little lady, can we hear from you too?
Hear what?
Anything. What you thought. What you noticed.
Well, I knew he was a fake, because I've met the real Boogie Man.
Sophie, stop it. Not this tale again.
Fine, if you say so, Papa. Guess I'm not saying a word.
Go ahead, please. Meeting the real Boogie Man sounds pretty juicy. Can you tell me more?
Maybe not really met. He just touched my shoulder. But his hand was cold as ice. Right away, I knew it wasn't human. That guy's hands were human, though. They had warmth, so I knew he was just a regular guy.
Huh. So Boogie Man's hands are cold, eh? I'll tell that to my little squirt. Anything else you noticed?
I feel like he might get angry if I say this.
I won't. Tell me.
That guy had this cold and emotionless air, like you couldn't tell what he was thinking at all. It reminded me of Mr. Keith, a little.
You still think that way now?
Not even. because Mr. Keith got really mad at me. He was like,
"Don't worry your papa ever again."
Red paint? On his face? It was nothing like that. It was all red from blood spurts, though.
Really? Keith told me he had a weird paint on a torn paper bag. And one more thing. Did you see any red graffiti in the castle? Or any monsters? Hear any phones ringing?
No, I didn't.
Mr. Hoover, you're colorblind, if I recall. Maybe you just couldn't see the paint.
Who is that person?
Yeah, but it's white and pink I get mixed up. I can see red just fine.
Well, and you, miss?
I saw quite a bit of the castle, but none of that. Did you hear that from the others?
Don't get me wrong. I don't think you're lying. The others said they saw nothing too. But then, that makes Keith the one talking nonsense.
I don't think Keith is necessarily lying.
What do you mean?
Because people don't always...
Oh, sorry. My bad. I have a big hand.
Thanks for the assistance, you two. Sorry about calling you in 2 weeks after the fact.
Is not everything settled yet?
The police there are in the middle of their investigation. My role is just to assist. I'm gonna report your testimonies to them, and that's that. I'll be off now. Eric, take them to the entrance.
When our son died, I thought my own life was over too. I couldn't think about anything. Nothing had any taste. But tears would suddenly come anyway. I don't remember anything about what I did back then, but I do remember one thing. That Keith was always at my side. When I wailed and shouted, he'd hug me, stroke my hair, say it was okay. Eventually, I adjusted to life without our son. I found I could laugh again. But when I got my own emotions back, I realized Keith had stopped laughing. I had been broken, and so had Keith. Over time, I was able to heal, but he didn't. He was still stuck in the moment of Todd's death. He was always supporting me, so he never faced up to himself. I struggled to be at least a little stronger. Next time, I would protect him, since I wanted him to laugh again. But I couldn't. I couldn't repeat anything to Keith. And I realized I was a burden on him that would keep him from ever walking again. So, even if we're far apart, as long as he can laugh again, then that's the best choice I can make.
My wife always brings me warm milk before I go to bed. And last Father's Day, my little squirt tried cooking me a meal. I definitely don't need milk to get to sleep. And the kids cooking, I'll be blunt, it ain't good. But I'm glad for it. Usefulness and collateral don't mean a thing with this stuff. Keith didn't stay close to you expecting something in return. That's just what he wanted to do. You guys have got too much sympathy. You don't mind getting hurt for the sake of the other. But can't you notice that one of you being hurt hurts the other? You've just been getting more and more wounded as you go along. You're propping Keith up too, Elena. He can fight day after day, because he knows you're waiting at home, as much as I tease him about it. Don't think of yourself as baggage. Depend on him as much as you need. That's what he wants too.
Keith grabbed my hand and smiled, even though he was stabbed and wounded.
And what'd he say?
Got you.
'Cause he finally got what makes him happiest. But, man, too much discrepancy between your guys' testimonies and Keith's. Just how am I gonna report this to their department? Hey, Helena, he went back home from the hospital today, right? Can I come talk with him now?
I'm sorry. Before he goes back home, there's a place he's going to visit. And I'm planning to head there myself.
The castle again? Oh, no, never mind, I'm dumb.
Keith.
Yay, real tears.
I've always wanted to cry like this. I never forgot about him. Not for a single day. Ever since he died, I was scared. I felt like even the slightest sign of weakness would make it all crumble. I acted like I felt nothing, like nothing disturbed me. I thought then I might be able to fool everyone, even myself.
I also did that.
It was so stupid. I was broken a long time ago.
Yeah.
It was all garbage, but I acted like a champion of justice. It always felt off. Whoever I was working for, I never felt repaid. And I saw you were safe, and you came up to me. Finally, I felt happy again. Acting strong just made me weak. It was pointless. Todd would never forgive his father staying broken forever, because I promised I'd protect his mom. I'll take off the blindfold. I'm gonna laugh, even if it's at a stupid TV show. If I'm pissed, I'll get mad. And if I'm sad, I'll cry. First, I guess there'll have to be counseling. There's something seriously wrong with my head, seems like. It's gonna be a busy time.
That's just me, or sometimes I think the mag is getting different somehow.
It's gonna be so busy. I won't be able to do it alone. Helena, I don't think I can deal with just being a good loser.
Okay.
I want a chance. Let me chase after you. Let me get down on my knees. You're the only one I want waiting for me.
There's no need for a chance. Didn't I tell you? Divorce or decide. I've decided. Haven't you too?
Oh yeah, the one.
We only ever have one umbrella, so we hold it together. And it's fine if we get a little wet, because it'll soon be sunny again.
The happy ending, come rain, come shine. Well, that is the happy ending. What can I say? They're not using their own names, I think. I'm not sure. Besides that. That could be a 9. but I have to remember some of the words. Mainly badass hero. Or maybe some of them don't want to use their real names. Unless that is the real names. I don't know, I'm a Danish person, but the game itself is crazy. It's kind of stupid after my fault. The only thing I can be mad about, that is the chest puzzle. But the last puzzle I was like, I don't want to figure it out. I'm more likely I love the game somehow. Because I don't have to read anything. So I like that part. But I don't have to read it, it's fine. But they could have done it better. Somehow. Not right now, because it's a novel game and all of that. And also a good game. We cannot say no to that. And I'm curious if they still have making more games. Oh, of course they have. But more likely also doing with the talking, of course. That I wonder about if they have done more. Because the actors or the voice of all the people are good. Even the little boy, as I remember, in a couple of videos ago. The end. And there's probably also nice achievement. Well, congratulations on breaking the Boogie Man. Thank you for playing this game. Advance for if you are playing the previous 2 games in this season. The games are fully volume with the help of voice actors doing the actual fan here. There's no bonus similar, but I don't recall from each of the actors, so take the other door if you are interested. Oh, the one of the Crooked Man, I can see that. Some Man series has come to turning point. The grim storyline ends in the next game. I have planned for series and silly extra chapters of words, so please play through if you are interested. At least one more. Congrats on beating, not breaking. Also, I'll break the game somehow. And thank you for playing. I'm a sheep. What? What are you? Hello? Oh, sure. Why not? I hope it's not as long.
How many times have we come here again?
Oh, 5, I think.
Ugh, I can't stand it. We've told them the same story over and over. There's gonna be rumors at school about Sophie frequenting the police station.
Now, Sophie, don't complain. The police are doing their best. And it's been a month now. This must be the last time. I'm sure of it. Does my princess require a beverage to quell her temper? What shall it be, your majesty?
Orange juice.
Yay! Orange juice.
Very well. I'll go buy some.
What a nice dad.
Thanks. Hey, when those dogs attacked me, you saved me, right? I can't imagine any other reason those dogs would fall asleep so quickly. Thanks.
I see those eyes.
I'm having a great time lately. I'm getting along great with Papa and Anne, and Reagan, well, if she wants to get along, I'll give her a chance. Things are so much better than when I carried all my burden myself. Now I know there's someone always looking out for me. Sometimes I really miss you. You're doing okay, right? How about the other fairies? You know,
Sorry to butt in.
Hold on, wait! You got the wrong idea. I'm not a weirdo or anything, okay?
Don't touch me. Brats with a thing for daydreaming aren't the most comfortable people to be around.
I'm not daydreaming. Keep it between us, but I've met some fairies. So you don't believe me?
No, I do. I met one when I was a kid, too.
Really?
Yeah, this hobo in the area always had a head full of dandruff, so I called him the Dandruff Fairy. Oh yeah, and I've got a coworker who eats non-stop cup noodles, the Cup Noodle Fairy. Want to be introduced?
Why won't you believe me?
A 37-year-old who believes in fairies ain't exactly socially adjusted, don't you think? But hey, if they do exist, put in a request to one of your fairy friends to get me some wings. Big, fluffy, pink ones.
What do you use those for?
Just want some wings. Why not? Mr. Detective wanna fly away.
What?
Huh. You angry? Phew, better step off. One of your friends might cast a spell to turn me into a fluffy white kitty. Maybe instead of filling your head with stupid fantasies, fill in that chest a little. It's so pathetic I can't even look at it.
That's rude.
What's wrong?
Haven't been able to sleep since last night, even though I'm sleepy. It's weird.
Did you take any medicine?
Yep. Anxiolytics. Sleeping pills. Guess they're not working.
Guess it's not working.
Let's talk to each other then. Before you know it, you'll be sound asleep, and it'll be morning.
Don't you need to sleep? You don't have to stay up for me.
It's fine. I'll stay with you until you're snoozing away.
Maybe some exercise would have been better.
This is the... what? Title? Sure. I'm not gonna read anything of that, so if you want to read it, you can pause it. This have already taken nearly an hour. This is only 27? Nah, 17. Still thinking of fairies? Let's say 8. Interesting. I still don't like that guy. At all. 44. And already kind of grey hair, for sure. Okay. Don't know why that person was on. Oh yeah, Stevie. Child. 5 years old. Huh. Strengths. Man season episode 1. Is that the first one? Huh. The Hanged Man is the 4th one. So actually I have played them kind of right. And what are you? The Sandman. Oh wait, no, this is the 3rd one. The this is the VIP room of the fully volume Vision voice actors, as well as the trans support. You can hear about everything of the other projects and both arts in this game.
Hi, I'm Chocolate. I do the voice of Sophie. I'm really glad I got to be in this game, especially that I got to play Sophie. I really related to her story in The Sandman, so it's just really awesome that I'm doing her voice, you know? I'm also working on a game, though it has a long way to go before it's finished. It's called Dollhouse, and it'll also be a puzzle exploration type game.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you're playing this. My name is Winter Johnson, and I'm the voice of Richard Grundler.
Well, I can say good evening. Sure.
Congratulations on getting through this story of death, fear, and loss. I hope the emotional scars will fade in time.
Nah, it's fine.
Working on this game has been a very fun experience for me, and working with the developer has been a delight. She has been very encouraging and reasonable, yet is not afraid to mention when something needs reworking. Seeing the story grow and watching these characters develop and change and fight and die has been fascinating to watch. As an actor, I am so happy to have been given the opportunity to help bring the story to life. I hope you enjoyed playing the game as much as I did acting in
it. Winter also voiced the Doctor. Huh. Which one?
Hello, I'm the voice for the Boogie Man. Oh, sorry. Where was I? Hi, I'm Dave Ossity, the voice of the Boogie Man, but you could just call me Dave. I must say, it was an honor to be able to work with Uri and all the other actors and actresses on this game. I've been a big fan of Uri's games for some time, and when I saw that she was having an audition for a new project, I thought I might try out for a role. I'm not a professional voice actor, in my opinion.
You were doing a good job as the Boogie Man with that volume.
But I have done some voiceover work in my past, and I have done some scary story readings. You can find them on YouTube if you're interested. Just search on my name. Anyway, I auditioned and now I'm here in Uri's game.
Okay.
I really enjoyed bringing her character of the Boogeyman to life. Helping Uri create this game was a fun and rewarding experience for me, and I'm very glad to have been a part of it. I'm also glad that you decided to play this game and have made it this far. Congratulations. I hope you enjoyed playing the Boogeyman.
It was fun. You're already done. I thought you had more to say.
Hi, I'm the Overlord Bear. You can call me Tob or Tobby, or maybe Tobbs. I know. What do you want to call me?
I don't.
Anyway, I voiced Brendan Dumont here in Uri-san's The Boogeyman. I'd like to thank Uri-san for letting me be in this project. I'm glad to be a part of the making of an awesome game in Uri-san's awesome Strange Men series, and I'm glad that I have met and made friends with certain people in the production crew. How difficult was figuring out the puzzles in the game? How difficult was figuring out the identity of the person behind the mask of the fake Boogeyman? I'd like to know, though I think Uri-san would like to know that and more of your thoughts about the game even more. Also, I'd like to say that if I were a character in the TBM story, I think Brendan would probably do one of three things. Number 1, place me at main character level, maybe even at protagonist level considering my liking for heroism. Number 2, turn me into a butt monkey that doesn't get killed during the plot but gets tortured for comedy, for Brendan at least, a lot because of my social awkwardness. And 3, kill me because I was pretty nosy and then ended up knowing too much about his plans.
Oh, he was reading.
Maybe you would do a mix of the 3 choices. Indeed, being one of Brendan's victims is a freaking scary thought. Oh, and I'd like to know your honest, constructive feedback on my voice acting. Also, if you want to know more about me, please go to theoverlordbear.wordpress.com. Oh, and maybe you'll find something interesting if you go to brandonscastle.tumblr.com.
No. Thanks.
Now, excuse me while I take over and renovate a certain blonde Two-Faces castle.
Hello, this is Nervous from misanthropop.com, aka Lance Canal. I'm recording this with help from my new assistant, Borscht. Say hi, Borscht. I've been a fan of both Uri and VG Person's output for a couple of years now, so it really was a pleasure and an honor to spend the last year working on the Boogie Man alongside them. I've also met a lot of interesting and lovely people from all over the world in the form of my fellow actors and actresses. I suppose Lance would say, "What do you want from me? I've done my job already, give me a break." But I'd really like to thank Uri and VG Person for the wonderful opportunity that they gave me, and I hope we can all work together again someday. I'd also like to thank you for playing the game, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Thanks.
Hey everyone, this is Jesse, aka Stevie, and thanks for playing the Boogie Man. I've had a fantastic time working on this project, and I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did. As a last note, I just want to give you all a recommendation to look out for future titles from Electric Pop Studios, a game designing group I'm a part of. We're in the beginning stages, so we haven't released anything yet, but hopefully we'll be getting started on that soon. Hope you all enjoyed listening to me die. Have a good one.
Fair point. We are
Hello, this is Adoxographist, and I am the voice actress for Shirley, who is a cool chick who's tough and dependable. And I'm not like that at all, because I'm a big weenie baby and I get scared really easily, so...
Okay.
So that's where I'm at. Either way, it's been a lot of fun doing voice work for this project. I'm sad that I don't have anything more to record, but I'm also happy to see it all come together beautifully. Voltron-like. I don't know what Voltron is in Japanese. Never mind. Yeah.
Okay, Erdschein's not. Apparently is it Beast King Go Long.
So I guess a bit about me. I'm a doxographist. I'm from Canada. I speak English and I speak French as well. I don't really do voice acting in French though, but bonjour, ça c'est mon français, je suis bilingue, français-anglais, mais mon anglais est supérieur que mon français, meilleur, peux-je dire.
Yes, my friends. I'm really good French and English, but my English is super to my friends. Better, I guess you could say.
Yeah, so, I've been voice acting for maybe about 3 to 4 years, around that ballpark. And, mostly I voice deeper women, tough chicks! Ugh! I voice a lot of young boys, I voice some tomboy girls, that kind of stuff. The main project that I do is, Let's Read Homestuck on YouTube, which is a comic dub of a webcomic called Homestuck. I don't know if anyone's familiar with that, but I voiced Jade Harley.
Jade Harley, who is a high-pitched girl, and it's kinda different from my regular voice, but whatever.
I do a lot of comic dubs with the group that produces Let's Read Homestuck. It's called Collab HQ if you want to look it up. And yeah, I don't know if I have much to add. I've done voice work for a couple of games, but mostly what I do is I do motion comics and I do comic dubs. But yeah, either way, I hope you enjoyed playing the game. I hope you got spooked. You got your willies Jimmy wrestled, scared. You know, expressions meaning you got frightened. And yeah, sorry, this is I'm not great at talking about myself, but either way, yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Later.
That was the most funniest one. Oh well.
Hello everyone, I'm Ro, the voice of David Hoover. First, thank you for playing the Boogie Man. I hope you had as much fun playing as I did voicing in it. Thank you, Uri, for making this game, and thank you, VG Person, for translating it, helping Uri, and making some 2D Japanese indie horror games available for English speakers to play. So, I initially came upon Uri's games on VG Person's website. The first of these that I played was The Crooked Man. On my first playthrough, I spoke out all of David's lines to myself, just for fun. I quite like David's everyman character. He was someone we could all relate to because of the things he'd done and seen. He's also really kind and loves to help. He's the kind of soft-spoken protagonist that everyone loves or loves to hate, which you see often in anime and manga. When I auditioned for a role in the Boogie Man, I had no idea it would be a game that ties together all the characters of Uri's previous other games. So, when I learned that I would be the voice of my favorite character, I was very thrilled. Now I am David Hoover. I have a very, very old YouTube channel that I've never uploaded to before, but I'm going to start uploading voice acting clips, games, and whatever I can think of there. It is youtube.com/Rokuro. That's ROUKURO.
Why are you spelling
And yes,
it?
I know, I spelled that particular name wrong. It won't have much for now, but I'll be uploading more as time passes, and hopefully people will like it. Oh, and if you want me to voice act for your game or project, feel free to send me a message at that channel.
Interesting.
Hello, I'm Manly Badass Hero, the voice of Dick Anderson. I've been a big fan of the Strange Men series, so when I saw there was auditions, I sent some improv and general recordings, and not only was I accepted, I also found out Uri was a fan of my playthroughs of her games, which needless to say made me feel a bit giddy. Personally, I've liked the games not only because of their similarities to things like Silent Hill, but also that they're relatable to people with depression.
And quick note. That guy, the manly badass. I forgot the name. That is actually the person I was cheating from. A good YouTuber with all the RNG games. Just saying that. No, I'm sadly not pirating his YouTube in the comments below. Because he's gonna say it for himself.
Whether or not you're an adult or a young person, I think dark times in your life can really change your perspective on the world, and sometimes this makes you a crooked man. Anyway, I've been glad to help work on this project, and until next time, thanks for playing.
Okay, he didn't say it, but...
Hey there, this is Cyril, and I voiced Eric. I hope you enjoyed the game, and what a great game it was, right? Thanks to everyone who worked on it, especially Yuri. This was my first try at voice acting, so I hope you liked it. It was such a great experience for me. Moving on, I'm a freelance artist. If you're interested in seeing my work, then just visit my website. A real amazing thing this was for me, and I hope that it was for you as well. Take care, player. Until next time.
Okay. We're taking the kid first.
Hey there. I was actually thinking about saying I'm not actually the voice actor of Toad, but in the end, nah. So, great thanks to Uri, the Great Game's equally great creator, who was also really sweet along the creation of the game, VG Person, Her Majesty the Translator Queen, and the voice actors, who helped bring this together with their lovely voices. It was a pleasure to work with all of them. And of course, we can't forget you. Good job for getting the good ending, by the way.
Thanks.
Oh, and just a note, if I do something in the later days, it probably won't be in the same name. Something like Nobody maybe. I have a Twitter with that name, but then again, who knows. Anyways, thank you, I love you.
Are we taking the detective first or the wife? We're listening to them.
Heya, Serenity Harper here, the voice of Helena Baring. First of all, I'd like to congratulate you on beating the game. I hope you had fun playing and liked the ending, or endings you got.
I'm more curious how many endings there will have been, but I'm not going through that.
It's been a great pleasure and an honor to work on this project alongside everyone. I never expected to get Helena's role since it's my first time voice acting, and to tell you the truth, my audition was very messy. I have quite a lot of things to talk about, but in order to avoid bogging down players with minutes upon minutes of talking, I have written my overall thoughts about the game down on my blog. It will be made available once people have reached this to avoid spoiling stuff. For those who are interested in reading it, the blog is helenabaring.tumblr.com. Thank you so much again for playing the Boogie Man. If you ever want to talk, feel free to hit me up on Twitter at Serene Harbor. I'll give you warm hugs and pats on the back for a job well done. Alright, that sounds weird. Right. Anyways, take care always and catch you later.
Okay.
Hello everyone, my name is Max. To most people on the internet, I'm known as Blue Neon Light Show. On YouTube, I go by Epsilon, and I voice Keith for this game. Yeah, I know, lots of names. This was the first time I tried voice acting, so yeah, sorry if I didn't do as good of a job as I could have. It's really been an honor doing this for Yuri. I honestly didn't expect getting the part. Some friends on Skype said that they were trying out for the Boogie Man, and I thought it would be fun to try. Turns out, Yuri liked my voice, so imagine my surprise when I actually got the part. I really like playing the role as Keith. I always like the cold-hearted characters that work on the side of justice, and is willing to do anything to save the day. Kinda like Jack Bauer, I guess. Or Batman. Anyway, please try out the other games whenever you get the chance. There's the Sandman, the Crooked Man. I mean, go and check them out if you haven't yet.
There's also one more. I forgot what was spelling, but the Crooked Man I have played, but I'm still not done with that game.
Thank you for playing through the game, keeping me alive, and more importantly, thank you for saving my life. I'm sure Serene will be happy that you saved Helena too. Unless you got the other 4 endings first.
Wait, what? There's 4 endings. How about no? I don't want to do that.
Then, anyway, feel free to talk to any of us. We all have Skype. Mine is neon.l.show.
There's no many people using Skype anymore.
I should probably stop talking now. Congratulations, and good night.
Here I have someone from the creator Vita who is helping the projects of the Boogie Man, version transfer most of my games to English and coded to the English variants. And she also works present fast. She transferred the Sandman into the couple of days, and it could go down to the ground and limb to chew, so they are coming. Hey, it is Vegan Person. If you have played this previous game in the English, I'd probably know me. I translate those two. That's why. The time has helped young folks to realize that dream of having English voice acting. She is really grateful, as you can see, and instead I get to make content here too. Content are different in the Japanese version, really boring stuff. Most Japanese playing wouldn't have any idea who I am. That's the thing. So much reading the English voice on Twitter, and I wonder if you watching my help with it. If I figured it should make it, or if maybe it was more of the ideal format that I've seen, but until it happens. To make it a year of a half-long story short, too late. I help with all the English crew really did try to take care of some things herself, so as that brought me too much. As you might have noticed, well, hey, it have been a part of the charm since TCM. Seriously though, she did pretty constant with the acting by herself on this. Well, the characters we have never tried on anything that can come to be voiced before, then always have to find constant and whatever. Reading. But all that said, while you may have apologized to make this film like 200 lines, actually really time you've seen the script, however sorry about burying me because I was too busy. Don't worry, I absolutely loved it. Thank you so much for making this game. And that is it. And let's get drunk or get out. Can I get the cake? So the Crooked Man was the first one. The Sandman is number 2. And this one, the Hangman, of course. So again, this is it. I'll say thank you so much for watching, leave a like and all of that. And let's see what happens for the next year, and Happy New Year. Bye, Tigers.